welcome to episode 13 of the Entirely X Gaming Podcast. I'm your host, Mike Spindler. My gamer tag is XIMike392IX. And with me is the person who no longer has a team in the NFL, or in the playoffs.
In the NFL, right? You know, he's disowned them.
No, they're sticking around. What's up, guys? Gamer tags XI, Tidal Wave, IX.
And the other person whose team was completely irrelevant, and I'm not reading what he wrote in the log, is Ben Frampton.
What's up, guys? My gamer tag is Nareem. I'm going to take charge of this one. Step back.
I saw it.
Boom.
I got you.
Yeah. So, we had a fun little section last week where we talked about challenges that we were setting for ourselves. Now, I had a brainwave midway through setting challenges for ourselves and reading through the show last week and thinking, well, it's all fine and good doing challenges we're comfortable with, or that we think we're comfortable with. We should have something in there for the year that we're not comfortable with. So what we've done is, between each of the other two people in the podcast, so for example, for me, Tyler and Mike have come up with a challenge for the year. And for Tyler, me and Mike have got one, and for Mike, me and Tyler have got one.
Yep.
It's going to be fun. It is going to be fun. I have no idea what's coming.
I don't know why we put this segment at the front of the show, because we're going to hate each other for the rest of it.
Yeah, we're just not going to talk after this. That's what it's going to be.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we've got 3 additional challenges on top of whatever we assigned for ourselves last week. Yep. So, I think we'll start off with mine and Mike's for you, Tyler. I think that's, it's the way it is in the
pretty good.
I have no idea what to expect, so...
I've slightly tweaked this, Mike, just because of reading up. So, Tyler, you're going to be playing Fallout 4.
Oh, fuck.
Yep.
So, that game was great fun. I played that all the way through. I did all the endings. It was really good fun. But, Tyler, what we were planning to do was make it so that you had a proviso on that, where you had to have your character have as low an intelligence score as possible. So, in previous Fallout games, for those of you who know, when you have a low intelligence score, it actually makes your character unable to speak words. So, all your text responses are in grunts and like weird noises. Now, as much as I hate it, reading up on this just a little while back, it seems like they've changed this in the most recent games. So before, you used to have to just stumble through the world, people would just randomly attack you because your intelligence was so low. And
why?
Yeah, that was going to be the way. Now, I'm going to bring this into the modern Fallout game for you. Now, I remember in this game there are some talent options in there, like skills that you can choose.
Yeah. That
make you effectively play the character of an in-game sort of story called the Silver Shroud. Now, you will get a quest chain while going through that will involve pretending to be the Silver Shroud, or at least doing some stuff in his name.
Okay.
I want you to, at the earliest opportunity on your playthrough, to become the Silver Shroud and never drop character. So, you'll get to a point, you'll have, this fancy outfit that you get, you'll have all this stuff, you'll find out all the backstory for him, and then we're going to make it a bit more interesting. So the guns, Tyler, have to be character relevant. You got to stay in character. This will be fun. This will be fun. Honestly, there's an entire quest chain that you will find amazing playing as the Silver Shroud.
Okay.
But yeah, so Fallout 4 is your challenge.
Now, that being said, some people will say, well, how are we going to know that Tyler has done this? How would he just maybe say he did it and didn't actually play it? You will be required to take little 10, 15-minute segments and record them in different pinnacle points. Okay. And I will edit together a semi-complete playthrough of Fallout 4 as this character.
You know what actually works perfectly with this? This actually pulls into completely with something that we were going to talk about a little bit later, but now I've just realised it's perfect for it. Tyler,
Oh boy.
stream clips.
Okay.
This is the perfect way to do this. When you get the chance, just a little bit of streaming with you playing as the Silver Shroud, we'll take that as evidence.
Okay.
Yep.
This
I will do that. I also want you dressed up as him
Yeah.
on camera.
So
Yeah.
imagine sort of 20s, 30s detective story. That's basically the Silver Shroud.
Okay.
Yep.
So-
I think I could come up.
You
with
do
something.
have the rest of the year to do this. and
Yeah,
it is
it's
January.
Plenty of
so-
time.
Okay. I'll get
Plenty
to
of
working
time.
on. I'll get to working on the costume that I have to wear while I'm playing it.
Yep.
And then, now question: my character, does he have to look like anything, or can I just make him up?
You can make him look however you want,
Okay.
but the point of the Silver Shroud is he has his own armor set, his own outfit
Okay.
that you get hold of. So you'll see what I mean.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm fine with him being any race, ethnicity,
Now is
gender.
this bad that I think Tyler has the hardest assignment of the year?
I think I do.
I think he
Well, I
does.
don't know. I think mine
I don't think it's too bad. I think
no.
Mike, you might want to hold your tongue for a second.
Yeah.
Oh God. Are we saving
Benny,
me for
you-
last, or should we shit on Ben for a second, Tyler?
Yeah, let's save Mike for last.
Yeah,
'Cause
I was gonna
honestly-
say, like, I'm enjoying this way too much at the moment. You
Yeah,
guys need to
'cause-
bring me down to earth.
Okay.
Okay.
So Mike, you
So-
go ahead.
So Ben, we were talking before, and you were kind of worried.
A
based
little
off
bit
of
worried, yeah.
What me and Tyler had picked for you.
Yeah.
It's not too bad as what we made it seem, but you do have to play and complete ACA Neo Geo Turf Masters.
Oh, you said it wasn't. Oh.
Oh, I'm sorry, Ben.
It's so bad.
It is.
So
Oh.
that is your goal through the year. At some point, you have to complete this awful garbage golf game.
Fortunately, it is doable. So
It is very doable, and you don't.
Yeah.
I would like if you could record the very last achievement that you will get, which is the high score mode. If you could stream that, I would watch that video every day of my life.
Do I have to
Oh.
basically sit there and grind the crap out of this until I get good
I
enough to
believe
get
it is. You have to get to hole 10 on high score mode.
yeah, whole time.
Yes.
This is
And
this is
you
gonna
have to
break
complete
me.
it. Oh, it will.
Mm-hmm.
It broke Mike. It broke Mike on vacation when he was playing it.
Oh
Because
my
I was
God.
like, oh, I'll
It
download
was
this game before
so
I go.
funny. Let me tell you.
It hurt.
Yeah,
so-
don't. It is
Okay.
doable though. So
Okay.
It is doable.
I feel like
will
there's going to
feel
be
really
like
good.
6 or 7 different streams where I think I'm going to get this last achievement and I just won't.
It's either that or you're just gonna get it on your first try.
First
Yeah.
try,
You
and
look like
then-
an idiot.
Turns out I'm
Yeah,
a
Mike's
golf
just-
wizard and I'll just be like, yeah.
yeah. So
Right, okay. Okay.
All right.
and
So, Mikey,
Yes, Benny.
you have a track record of buying AAA games, playing about 20, 30 minutes of them, or maybe a couple of hours, and then they never get seen again. So what me and Tyler did is we went through your list,
Oh God.
and we
Oh,
went
yeah.
through, and we had a look at games that were less than 5% completed in terms of achievements.
Do you know how many games that is?
That's
Wow.
quite a few, but there are some big ones that stick out of that list.
Oh God.
Now, we toyed with The Witcher.
Oh,
We didn't go with The Witcher.
don't
I'm
worry.
not sure whether that's good or bad for you.
Mm,
I think it's probably good, but only marginally. We have decided that your game to finish by the end of the year. If you're making me buy a crap game, I'm going to add this extra proviso in, which I wasn't sure about, but that's getting
yeah,
in.
we'll do that now.
So, you have to finish Dragon Age Inquisition.
oh, you could have gone with The Witcher.
Nope.
Oh.
Plus
Dragon
the
Age
DLC.
Inquisition. Yep.
I wish you had gone with The Witcher.
You wouldn't
Too
have done it.
bad.
I would have done The Witcher. I did
Would
not
you have?
enjoy Dragon Age. Yeah.
But
That's
would you
what.
have?
Actually, yeah, I would have done The Witcher.
We.
I would not. God damn it.
Well, right.
I will stream that one.
My advice to you is research the Spirit Mage options for your harder playthrough.
I believe the reason I stopped playing it is there's a bunch of missable achievements.
Yeah.
There's
I
a
believe.
few.
I thought there was quite a bit, like
Hold on.
missing players altogether. That'll be fun.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna have to. All right, I'll start a spreadsheet.
So, yeah, that game I think you have 4% of the achievements.
Yeah, I did not like it. Somehow you
So-
picked the one game that I just honestly didn't like, and I didn't play it because I didn't like it, not because I had other games to play. You picked the one game I don't like.
Yeah.
Tyler, do we let him have The Witcher?
Nah, Dragon Age.
No, I gotta
Because,
do it.
frankly, the Fallout thing, yeah, it's doable, but that's... Ugh.
It is a little over the top, so I will take.
But
I
I'll
feel-
take my lumps.
As bad as this sounds, and as much as I know I'm going to be tearing my hair out over this ACA Neo Geo game, I think I've come off the lightest here.
I think
yeah,
you have.
see, we thought
Like-
we were gonna go semi-easy on you. You know, where it's just frustrating, and we're like, oh man, is that too mean? Like, that game is
Like,
awful.
I like how we were worried that ACA Neo Geo is too mean, but completing Fallout 4 isn't.
No.
You know what the worst part is, though? Is that I've completed both of those games.
Have you completed?
Right.
Yeah.
Like, I haven't done all the DLC on Inquisition, but it came out, like, too late for me to get hold of it when I was playing
Yeah.
through. So, they're time-intensive, but Fallout 4 is an incredible game. The little, like, storyline you get at the end of it is really interesting. And Dragon Age Inquisition, before The Witcher 3 came out, was
Yeah.
going to be my game of the year.
Hmm.
So, I can see what you're saying, Mike, but trust me, the hard difficulty playthrough on The Witcher 3 is hard.
Oh well.
I would have done it.
Yeah.
That's
Well.
all right. I'll take the lumps. I will do Dragon Age Inquisition. I'm actually doing research right now to see how much like the full game is.
Now, I do have a question for you
Shoot.
guys. So with mine, since it is Fallout, I do have all of the DLC.
I put no requirements on the DLC as I do not know
Okay.
I do not know anything about what it adds to the game in terms of
Do
playtime.
I get extra credit if I do all of the DLC?
If you do all the DLC while in character, I think you win.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think you win.
Yeah.
Okay. And Ben, if you complete ACA Neo Geo Turf Masters on your first try, then you win. Regardless if I do all
On
of
my
the DLC.
first try. So like my
Yeah.
first playthrough of the game. I'm gonna do my research
First
now.
playthrough.
We sat there like
And your
watching
first,
YouTube
and your
videos.
first stream of high score mode, you get that achievement. Then
Yep.
you will win.
Here we go.
And Mike,
So,
you're not
I'm
gonna
doing
win
research
regardless.
right now. Somehow you gave me like the most expensive fucking thing ever.
Really?
It's $60 for the game of the year.
You have the game.
Yeah, you have the game. Just buy the DLC.
I'm checking prices to see.
Okay.
Not the
Gotcha.
game with the DLC. I mean, it would have been at Christmas, but we hadn't decided
Yeah.
on this at Christmas.
That is very true.
Though there will
See,
be a sale on it, I bet you, before the end of the year.
Oh yeah.
So you could actually just wait on the DLC until there's a sale.
Yeah.
I could. Yeah, like the spring sale.
Yeah. Also,
Yeah.
it's
the
called?
spring
you'll
sale
be
or
able
whatever.
to
Yeah, you're right.
get your character like really well set up by the time that DLC comes up as well.
Oh wow! All right, so never mind. GameStop is just
Oh.
an absolute ripoff. It is. It's only $40 everywhere else. GameStop is $60. It's $59.99. So that's not too bad.
I'm telling you, the DLC will be cheaper just on its own.
Yeah. Well, it depends. There's $25. Nope. Hold on. $10, $20, $35 in DLC. So it's $5
okay.
cheaper if I just buy the DLC.
Right.
So,
Okay.
not bad.
So okay, that's not too bad. I got
probably
away
just buy
without
the new
buying
game
anything
anyway.
because I own the DLCs already. So
Yep.
you know, and Ben only has to spend what, like $10 or
My soul. I have to spend
$7.99.
my soul.
He has to spend his soul. So
Uh.
that is
Oof.
our goals of the year
Oh boy.
assigned by each of us.
Yeah.
We'll keep track. Tyler's will obviously be a little more time intensive for us.
Probably gonna start that this week.
I
doing
think
videos.
you and Tyler will both have about similar time expenditures.
Well, see, now I'm just gonna try to beat Tyler. I'm gonna
Oh,
install
boy.
that game tonight.
I'll probably. Well, I already have mine. Wait, is there a 4K patch for Fallout 4?
I don't know.
There might be, you know.
There might be.
Because if that's the case, then I'm going to be playing it in 4K and ha ha ha.
Fancy.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
All right.
Now that we've completely ruined each other's years, let's
Again,
move.
I don't know why we put this at the beginning of the show. But let's move on to a little something extra, which this week we're going to discuss a fairly popular topic about the state of Xbox and what the hell happened between the 360 and the Xbox One launch up until now. Right?
Okay.
Well, everyone is always pointing at Microsoft saying, where are your games? Where's your console? Why is it underpowered? And what they need to do and what they have done to prove those things wrong or to fight back at that. So, that being said, let's hop in our time machine here and go back to the year of 2013 when the Xbox One originally launched.
Nah, it was yesterday. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, right? It doesn't feel like that long ago, but it was 2013 when that console launched. And now this console launch was completely
Bungled?
bungled, flopped, fumbled, bamboozled, smashed.
Atlanta Falcons.
Yeah, exactly. It was like the Atlanta Falcons in the Super Bowl.
Or the playoffs, just in general.
Or the playoffs, yeah. Don Matrick, who was the head of Xbox, wanted to push, instead of being what the 360 was, which was a video game console, he wanted to push this to a all-in-one entertainment system where you'd watch cable, you'd play your games, and you would stream all of your stuff through. Which sounds fine, right?
Yep.
Like if you had told me, hey, here's this Xbox that plays these awesome games in, at the time 1080 60 frames was the goal to hit. That was the big thing. And you can also plug in your cable box and use your cable box through there and stream Netflix and Hulu and everything very easily through this box. I would have been sold. But what they came out with was a box that was a entertainment system first for video on demand, then the games. And that's where I think they lost the hardcore audience, and that's where PlayStation picked up. Everyone always says that the price is what does a company in. I totally disagree.
It has a small effect, but it's not.
It has a very small
Yeah,
effect.
very
but
small.
if my point of view, and I'm sorry if this is you out there, if at the end of the day $100 difference affects you buying a system or not, maybe you shouldn't be spending $400 on a game system and worry about other things, But that's just me. So $100 difference in price, that shouldn't mean anything to anyone,
No.
especially when they were pretty equivalent in power.
Yeah.
To be honest.
When the 360 or when the Xbox One came out and the PS4 was out, they were equal.
Yeah.
I never
The
noticed any
PlayStation 4
graphics.
was a little more powerful.
I guess.
Now, that being said, I mean, you say you guess it was, but I mean,
No.
they had more RAM than the Xbox.
Mike just didn't want to say it out loud.
I was just trying to dodge that, but Tyler made me say it.
You're welcome.
They did have more RAM. They had better RAM. So
Which technically doesn't
was
make
more
it more powerful. It just makes it so that it can run
makes it
more
smoother and-
applications. And
Yep.
yeah.
Yep. Which, well, I from a basic consumer standpoint, it's more powerful, right?
Right. Yeah. From people who don't know what they're talking about, that's what they see.
Exactly.
It's got a bigger number of things.
So therefore, it's better.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, that's where Microsoft started to go downhill, at least in the public's eye. Also, where they started to fall apart was the games. And there's one reason I think about why they started to fall off with the games is because of the hardware difference between the PS4 and the Xbox One. In the public's eye, I mean, is they had to compensate for hardware instead of focusing on games. And when I say compensate for hardware, you're talking the Xbox One S and the Xbox One X, right? So they put a bigger focus on making those a focal point. The power, what's inside the box, the marketing behind it, saying we are the most powerful console, instead of focusing on the studios.
Yeah, well, this is the problem though. It's 5 years down the line, and they're just they're now trying to make the point of we're the most powerful.
And I think that message has been made. Honestly, if you don't know that the Xbox One X is the most powerful console, you haven't been in a GameStop, and you're not a hardcore gamer.
No, I get that, but I've got a feeling that 5 years down the line it's too late. I think they're going to need to plan for the next console generation now. I think that they've taken so long to get to the point where they can say we do this better, because they haven't even done the media center thing better. Everything that's on the Xbox One you can get on the PlayStation.
Yeah.
What they should have done, if they were looking ahead, is they should have gone, we're going to be the best console for streamers and for watching streamers.
Right.
Make it.
Which I guess they have.
Well,
I mean, look at Mixer.
Mixer's good. I'm not saying they haven't. I'm not saying they have. I'm just saying that what they did then was they go, because them saying we're going to make this an all-in-one media center, you can buy like 15 different versions of that. I can get a smart TV right now that has Netflix on, that has, loads of these TV channel, option things. Like, I can get anything with that on. I'm not spending
You have to go back in the time machine. Remember, this was 2013. Yes, today every TV that is manufactured comes with that. There wasn't a TV on the market back in 2013 that was $500 that came with all of that.
No, but the thing is,
thousands.
it's a games console that is trying to take a wild step into being something where you have to pay for all these other things as well.
Right.
Like, I get what you're saying. It was a cheaper option, but it makes me sad that they had made so much money from the success of the 360 to then immediately step away from gaming as the primary core.
Yeah. Well, they thought they had that audience on lock, right? They thought, hardcore gamers play on Xbox. They're not going to go anywhere else.
But this is the same every console generation, though. You have this situation where you have to get... What you need is that you need to have the most sales on your console in the early period. Because if you get them, everyone goes, oh, well, everyone's playing on this console, and everyone starts buying that. And as soon as you get this, you get a situation where you meet some people that, you're like, okay, you're cool, you're playing games too. What do you play on? And if the answer's the console that's different to yours, it's not good. I mean, I have this right now. I have this at work. Everyone at my work plays on PlayStation. Everyone.
Right.
Minus a couple of people.
That's so funny. That's so funny, because here, where me and Tyler work, everyone plays on Xbox.
Yeah.
They're the one person who plays on PlayStation, no one talks to. It's such a different culture.
That's the thing, though. You've got that social thing where people almost get ostracized because they're not on the right console.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right.
So you can imagine that when you're making a decision early on, you're one of these people that doesn't want to get left out in the cold. Then you will have this sort of, well, this is the most popular console. Unless I know what these people are getting, I'll just get the most popular one. It's a really big indication early on, because it happened with the 360 and the PlayStation 3, didn't it?
Yeah.
It did. The reason the PS3 lost was because what's his name came out on stage and said, "Hey, this is what $599, so $600 back in 2001,
Yeah.
I believe," and said that if you really want to play on PlayStation, go out and get a second job. He said that on stage.
Yeah.
Like,
Really?
It's not something you want to say to your audience, especially back in that PlayStation 2. That they just got that cocky, saying, "Oh, the hardcore gamers are here. Everyone who plays games plays on a PlayStation."
Yeah. Whereas in fact they'd already started losing gamers to the Xbox, but
Right, and that's where Xbox stepped in
Yeah.
and went for a
they
glorious
got
almost decade.
massive early sales, got that early market,
Yeah.
and then they never looked back. They never got taken over again.
Until the end when
It's a
Sony, which to our point of games for Microsoft, Sony started focusing on the studios, the games themselves, in the end of the PS3 era, where they kind of started to catch up.
Yeah.
Because they had these
like the
you know,
Uncharted
story-driven
games, the God
or
of
the Uncharted
Wars,
series, yeah.
these big title games. Now this is quite neatly, by the way, Mike, bravo,
Thank you.
stepping into this next point, really, isn't it? Which is
Yeah.
what they should be doing, and what they should be doing, and they know it. They know it. They just keep trying to
They
do
do.
everything else that's cheaper. What they should be doing is making the focus on the games, giving us exclusives for Xbox, giving us, all these games that are coming out only on PlayStation, at least trying to get some of them to come to Xbox, because it seems like they're just rolling over right now. I mean,
Yeah,
there's like
I would.
4 or
I'd
5.
say yes or no.
There's like 4 or 5 really big games that are not major studios that are going only on PlayStation, and I'm looking at them thinking,
Yeah.
I would love to play that.
To play it.
Yeah.
No, and the difference here between Sony and Microsoft is Microsoft is holding everything super close to their vest, right? They're just holding on to everything. So I don't doubt that there aren't games in development right now that we don't know about, but that doesn't help their public face. That doesn't help the public figure the look of Xbox right now.
Well,
If they're holding in all these amazing games because those games aren't coming out till late 2018, early 2019, everyone just says, there's no games on Xbox, I'm going to go play all the games on PlayStation.
yeah, you've lost it by
Right.
then. And this is the thing. We've seen stuff like this with people before, though. We've seen it from Xbox before, where they've been going, we've got this really good game on the go, it's going to be really good, it's going to be really good, and then it flops. And that's the worst. If you don't advertise, you don't let people build hype, and then it doesn't work right, you've lost everyone then. You've lost people through not having any hype, and then you've lost people through people being genuinely surprised by the game, going and getting it, and being disappointed.
Well, there's the other side of that, too, where if you advertise too much of a game, people just, at the end, just want the game to come out, and then they're disappointed of it because they built it up in their head. Example being The Last Guardian on PlayStation. That game was in development for 13 years, and I believe overall, now granted, I don't like rating systems, but I think it ended up at like a 6. But that game was hyped for 13 years.
For the entire
So-
development.
Yeah, so it's like, maybe don't show your hand too early.
No,
you know?
I'm not saying show your hand too early, but you say they're playing it all close to their chest. The only way they can do that and actually have some genuine recognition and reward from the community is if that game produces. Yeah, like if it does what it says, instead of just being, oh well, it does what it says for the first like 2 hours, and then all of a sudden it starts just being a random bullshit pay to win or like grindy as fuck game. Like, this is what's really killing off Microsoft at the moment, because you've got so many games like this now where you go in, and it's not even just the exclusives, it's other games, the games that get shared around between these things. We've talked about it in Shadow of War, we've talked about it in Battlefront 2, we've talked about it in all these different games, and they're just, I'm getting sick of it. I'm getting sick of being disappointed by things that I should be excited about.
Excited.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, to be fair, with Shadow of War, Microsoft did lock up that marketing deal, which was good. Like, go out, get those third-party things. That's what I want to see. I'm tired of, when I watch football and I see a video game trailer and I'm like, oh yeah, I love this game, and then at the end of it, PlayStation 4. It's like everyone else who doesn't really game assumes that game is associated with PlayStation only.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
No.
That it drives me insane. It's like, oh, you play on PlayStation 2? I'm like, no, I play on Xbox. They're like, oh, but I thought it was PlayStation only. You have to go out there. You have to get those marketing things. Mm-hmm. What may seem like a stupid little forced, like half a second splash screen at the end, that it's a big deal to some people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, though, being an Xbox gamer, I am sick of hearing for the players. What does that make me, PlayStation? What does that make me?
Yeah. Yep. Because I'm not a player.
Apparently.
I don't care.
No, you're on Xbox. You're just a random schmuck. Definitely not a player.
No.
Now, and there's another side to this that we're maybe turning a blind eye to. Well, why don't you play on both systems? Right? We have a PlayStation 4 in our house.
We do.
I cannot bring myself to turn it on. I cannot stand the feel of the controller. Mm-hmm. I don't like how it feels, and it takes me forever to get adjusted to it.
Yep.
And when I get that frustrated with a very basic cinematic game like Uncharted 4, which, let's be honest, that game was 80% cinematics.
Yeah.
And got real boring real quick, at least for me. It wasn't... I'm not a fan of walking sims, where the game just takes over and you're just watching something. I do not like that.
You should
I like
send me the console. Send it me.
Yeah, it might get more use. I'll tell you that.
There's at least 2 or 3 games coming, and I'm just they might not be as amazing as I think, but there's one in like feudal Japan and stuff like that, and I'm like, oh
yeah.
my god.
You were talking about that a couple episodes ago.
Yeah,
So, let's do like a little 2 bullet point section where we'll go around. We each say 1 bullet point at a time of what Xbox has to do in 2018.
Okay.
So Tyler,
Yes.
what does Xbox have to do to make you more excited than you are?
Well, I mean, we just talked about it a lot. Games. That's the big thing for me. Like, if you come out and you say, hey, here's a list of, 20 games that are going to be exclusive to Xbox and Xbox only, that would be fantastic.
Yep.
Okay. I don't know if they would do 20 games, but, just say games that will get my attention. Be like, okay, this is going to be great. This is going to be a great year. Yeah, maybe I might have to wait a little bit longer into the next year, but that's the biggest one for me. All right?
Yeah.
The next one that I have, it's a bit smaller. Maybe some people don't feel the same about it, but I liked it, was the Kinect. All right?
Yep.
They need to find a way to make that relevant even, after it's been out for 3 years or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want it to just be like, oh, yeah, hey, this is really cool. This is what you do. Like, when I first got the Xbox One, it was just like Xbox on, and it would turn on. Like, I didn't have to hit any buttons. I just had to use my voice. That's what I want, and I want that to carry through and them to just keep updating it and be like, hey, you can now do this with your Xbox with your voice.
Right. And also, for people who think that the Kinect is irrelevant, you have to go back to 2013 when Amazon Echoes and Google Homes didn't exist.
Yeah,
when
now,
having something in your home that listened to you, waited for a command, and then would do what you wanted it to do pretty damn fast.
Yeah.
They were ahead of the curve by, I would say, 3 years.
Yeah. Like, I mean, now it's just like you can buy, an Amazon Echo or whatever, and be like...
$50.
Yeah, and be like, Alexa, turn on, the kitchen lights. And, you have to have special light bulbs for that. But
sorry for anyone who has a Amazon Echo and listening to the podcast through it.
Yeah, so I just thought it was cool that you could walk in, say Xbox on, it turns on the Xbox, it turns on your TV, and you're just ready to go. Like, that's what I would do when it first came out. I would walk into my room, go Xbox on. As it was turning on, I would get changed into my gaming clothes, and then I would sit down, controller ready, boom, go and play my game.
Yep.
So
It was nice to walk into the room and use it to turn the Xbox on.
It was.
Unfortunately, when I lived somewhere where I had to pay for the electricity,
Uh-huh.
I realized
yeah.
the difference in.
Yeah, because it was always on.
Yeah, it's a big difference in its power consumption.
We did miss that point actually earlier about when the Xbox first came out, was that always online feature.
Mm-hmm.
But I would say to everyone back from 2013, look at what the console is now.
Oh yeah.
Look at the games you're playing right now. They are always online.
I will
whether or not
check you there because you're actually talking about almost two different things. So there's the always on that me and Tyler are on about, where we have the console always, doing downloads in the background and ready to go at any second. Now that's great. I love that. I love the thought of while I'm away, my console is going to download these updates for games that I've got on my hard drive. That's incredible.
Yes.
The always on that Microsoft tried to push on people, which it was. I bet you, I can guarantee there was a meeting immediately after that Xbox announcement, that Microsoft announcement, where they announced that it was going to be always online, and they saw the community backlash. Right. I'm fairly sure PlayStation was sat there deleting words from their announcement.
Oh, 100%. I totally think they were reactive. I think that both of them were going in the same way of games are going to be online only. That's all we're going to play them as, and here you go. Because you have to remember, when these consoles were in development, they were going to companies like Ubisoft or EA and looking at these games in development and seeing, oh, hey, all of these games require you to play online with other people.
Mm-hmm.
Microsoft and Sony both saw that, so they both had to get on board.
Yeah, but I don't understand what benefit they were going to get from having people having to be online all the time. The whole check-in thing and everything like that. What were they gaining from that? Were they worried about the security of their achievements, their random...
Probably.
Yeah, but it's just a score, dude. Like, I know,
Yeah.
People cheat it and all that stuff, but they get caught. The people...
Yeah.
Like, what was their possible gain from that? What was it that they were trying to have? Like, the only thing I can think was that they were, like, trying to push the industry in a certain direction.
They might have been.
And that,
which Microsoft has done before.
You would have had...
I mean, look at the 360 or the original Xbox.
Oh, yeah. But the thing is, it was... Because the way technology is now, they're talking about really, like, deep, resonating changes to the gaming systems and the games, the way they work. So, like, imagine Destiny, where it is completely integrated with all your social media, all this other stuff, and you do have all these things where, you could have it so that, you have games where you go away and your character will do something while you're not playing, and that makes the always on a bit more, relevant, because you can keep checking in, and I don't know, there's all these different possibilities for things that you could do with that, but they all seem a bit risky. Like, there's not a guarantee of any benefit for the gamer, for the player. And to be honest, when you're trying to sell to them, they're the ones you want to keep happy. I think it was... I honestly don't think that they had anything to gain from trying to push that forwards. I think it was just a bad call, and they should have done it after PlayStation had done their announcement. I would be.
It's always better to be reactive.
Yeah, I would be amazed, genuinely amazed right now, if Microsoft, let PlayStation announce after them for the next generation.
Yeah, I would bet.
Because everyone knew that both sides were going to announce. Everyone knew that some PlayStation were coming up with something, so going first didn't gain Microsoft anything, other than a shitload of flack from being,
and a shot in the foot.
Yeah.
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 It's amazing though. One media announcement can kill an entire generation's console.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, you build it up all year. Here's this one big press conference we do.
Yeah.
Look at it. Look, we're streaming it. Look, everyone, we're over here doing this thing. And then those people that only watch it maybe once or twice a year, like actually pay attention, see that, and then see everyone else online bitching about it and get behind the other thing.
Yeah.
So
Got to be careful with these big announcements.
Yeah.
you do. So Ben, what would be the biggest thing in 2018 that they have to do for you?
For me, I think they need to start showing the community the stuff that can benefit them in the games that they do have. Because, for example, like there's a few games that I've played recently where I've gone back to them, and I've not heard about any of the extra things that these big games have been getting, but they've got updates, they've got extra content, they've got like for one of the examples I like to think of in the previous generation is Shadow of Mordor.
Yep.
Yeah.
So when I first got that game, I bought it with the season pass, and I was into season passes back then. I loved it, and
Yeah.
I got that game with the season pass and played it through to a certain point. I didn't finish it, much to my chagrin, but I found out later through all these different things showing me on the Xbox 360 that there was more DLC added to that, and that game got a lot more added to it than most others do. But for example, I was recently sorry, I'm kind of skipping between sections a little bit here, but I was recently playing Titanfall 2 just this week.
Yep.
I didn't know they had a 1v1 mode. I didn't know they had like an arena mode thing where you play with other people and you've got to, you've got all these you've got to buy tickets to enter and stuff like that, and it's sort of like the Madden. They've got a game mode in Madden now where you have to get tickets to be able to enter, and it's like online on PvP sort of competitive play. And I didn't know anything about this. It's Titanfall 2. This is a game that we've been talking about for how many months? Like every show, pretty much, we've come back and said this game did not get the attention it deserved.
Yeah.
I didn't pay attention, apparently. I didn't know that stuff was there.
Right.
They need to start communicating this, because what we've got at the moment is a home screen full of random streams from people desperately trying to make money.
Mm-hmm.
And, the latest sale that they're trying to push some, well, usually not so much fun game on you. There needs to be these, informational content things. There needs to be something that shows this to you, or at least have like scrolling news things on the front screen. Because at the moment, I've got like the games with gold, great, and games with gold is always good for me to see. But like 3 days into the week, I know what games with gold there is,
Yeah.
and they're there for half a month.
Mm-hmm.
Before anything changes. It's lazy. You gave this to any sort of social media person right now, they would have like 5 million things popping up to you.
Right.
Okay.
Sorry, I went off on a bit on that one, but it's,
Good.
That's okay.
Tangents are good.
yeah, it's just where I think they need to go. Mike, however,
Yeah.
what do you reckon?
Mm-hmm.
What's the bullet point for you? What's the thing they need to add?
So the biggest thing for me was I think 2017 Microsoft saved it with the Xbox One X.
Mm-hmm.
I think it truly is one of the best consoles out there, if not the best. The difference is absolutely incredible, and I have both a 1080 and 4K TVs with HDR, and that difference with load times is absolutely insane. And I can only wish that they had launched with this instead of what they had. So, but that being said, they have to focus on games, and they have to show me what is coming this year, what I will play this year, and they've done a great job so far, but only up until the first quarter, right? Like, this first quarter, we're playing Monster World Hunter that they got to come to Xbox.
Finally. Which
is great. That is awesome. That is such a big win to get it away from PlayStation and Nintendo and get it on your platform. That is awesome. That is the stuff we're talking about, of going out there and getting games onto the platform.
Especially for this big an iteration as well. We'll get onto this later, but...
Yeah. We will. Then we're moving on to like games in March where, of course, Far Cry 5 is there. And Sea of Thieves. And speaking of Sea of Thieves, Ben, That's my game that you have to complete this year.
Oh,
You
what?
like how I sneak that in
One
there?
1 week later, and he's already got it for
Yeah.
me. Right.
Yeah.
What's the
So
release
just a
date?
quick, March 20th.
Ooh, birthday month.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. So, just to recap, last week Ben said we have one game each to pick that he has to complete throughout the year, on top of what we did at the first segment.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about it as Sea of Thieves announced the beta, which is
Yes.
January 24th to the 29th. I'm sorry, alpha, not beta. Alpha. It's a closed alpha, I believe.
Right.
That I was like, well, I want Ben to play this, and he has to 1,000 it. So, guess what you're doing, Ben?
Writing to the creators of Sea of Thieves and begging for an easy achievement list.
That's all you have to do. That's all you got.
Right. Okay.
So,
Game
we will
1
be
on the
playing
list. Sea of Thieves.
Yep.
Game
At
2,
least-
ACA Neo Geo Turf Masters. I'm
At least.
I'm hoping Tyler's gonna save a nice little surprise for me in terms of the other wild card that I end up playing. I hope it's gonna
am.
be.
Oh, yeah.
I think you'll have fun with it.
I like this whole, tension every week, knowing that you guys could spring something on me.
I know. I may have sprung mine too early, but I want to give you plenty of time to buy the game.
Okay. Well,
Because it is a full $60.
Tyler, I want you to wait until the week of release for your game, please.
Okay. Okay.
Because
I didn't want to
Yes.
spring $60 on you.
yeah, no, that's all good. It's all good. I was looking at that game anyway because
Good.
Yeah.
time.
I mean,
Well,
you'll-
no, like you've been talking about it so much, I couldn't leave you hanging.
Yeah.
And you go, Tyler.
You'll have people to play with. Like, obviously, Mike and I are gonna get it. So
I will be playing that game.
Yeah.
But back to my point. Sorry, Ben.
Carry on.
So there's another game you have to get. And then we have games like State of Decay 2 and Crackdown 3. And recently announced, I'm going to steal this bit from the news, Forza Horizon 4 is supposedly set to release this year, along with it being set in Japan. So, that right there. Again, it was a leak. Microsoft didn't tell us. You have to tell us these things in the first quarter so I know what I'm playing in the fall. That's what I want. I want them to come out. Don't have a leak or a Brazilian website that says, oh, Forza Horizon 4 set in Japan and it's out this fall. Like, I want Microsoft to release this awesome trailer and have hype around it.
Wait, so how long until this game releases?
This fall.
Japan has got some of the most ridiculously awesome scenery ever, especially along their road routes.
Yeah.
Right.
And they're not making a big... I don't play Forza. I haven't played Forza since I got the Xbox One. I might play it for that, because that country is stunning. And especially, they have games that they've played where you just drift around in these sort of mountain roads. Oh, that's going to be amazing. Why are they not making a bigger thing of it?
Because.
Like I said, it was a leak. It wasn't Microsoft officially saying this game is real.
That's something you've got to let people speculate about. You can't just go the week before and just be like, oh, by the way, it's in Japan. They'll just be like, oh, okay, we don't even have time to process this and think about the implications. Because I'm sat here thinking now, holy crap, that's going to be a beautiful game.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Gorgeous.
And the fact
it is going to look amazing.
And the fact that I'm not just cruising around random Route 7 or whatever it is in the US. No offense, guys, but your roads are fucking boring. Right? That will be amazing.
Right. That's what I'm saying. It's going to be awesome. So they need to show us stuff like that. This is what I'm saying. This is all to my point of you have these awesome franchises. Gears of War, Forza, Fable, they still own the IP for. And there was a little leak. I don't know if you guys saw that
Yes,
last
I did.
week. It was after we were recording.
Yeah,
It got disproven. Microsoft came out and said, no, that's not happening. Well, they said the Coalition is not making Fable 4.
Okay.
Right.
Did Coalition make Fable 3?
Wait. I thought
No. That's Gears of War.
I thought the leak was that Fable 4 was being worked on by a British company.
Is
Oh,
it?
yeah, I'm sorry. I meant Playground.
Yeah. I was about to be
I'm
like,
sorry. I don't know why I said Coalition.
just Gears of War on your mind.
The other leak with the Coalition was that there's going to be a new IP or Perfect Dark. That was the other thing. I got the two confused. I'm sorry. No, you are right. The people who make Forza Horizon, they supposedly have another team working on a Fable 4.
Ooh.
That one didn't get disproven. The Coalition one did, of Perfect Dark being in development.
Okay.
With the Coalition.
Okay. So we could still get
Yeah.
Fable 4. Now let's
We
hope
still
let's hope against hope that it's better than Fable Goddamn 3.
Yeah.
Because
yes.
that game was fun
I
at
think this will
first,
be
but got stale real quick.
Real quick. Yeah, I think this one will be a reboot, like a hard reboot, and I think it'll be very good.
Yeah,
So,
good stuff.
yes. But yeah, just finish off my point. Show us games. Show us what's being worked on, what we'll play this year, and maybe even tease something for early next year.
Tease it.
Always tease it. So,
Yes, always.
Yeah, I think Xbox they're in a decent position to turn it around and say, look, here's all of our brand new IPs. We're sorry it took so long in the life cycle of the console, but here's all these brand new games you can play. Right?
Yeah. So
And then have them come out.
Yeah, and actually be good instead of just a complete flop. Don't rush them. Rush them. That's what we're saying, isn't it?
Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Most of these games where they've come out and they've just had a horrible time have just been the ones that they've tried to push out quicker for certain release dates.
Right.
Uh-huh.
And we should give props to Microsoft and it sucks to say, of canceling games if they're not good enough, right? Like,
Scalebound.
look at Scalebound. That game looked awesome.
It did.
From a vertical slice, meaning that low 30-second trailer we can see, it looked cool.
It did.
But clearly Microsoft saw something that would have flopped. I would rather them cancel that flop and put the money into something new than come out with that flop year to year.
Yeah.
Huh.
If that had just
And
ended
it
up
sucks
being
to say.
if that just ended up being like Crimson Dragon 2.0 though, if you guys have played Crimson
Right.
Dragon.
Yeah, I have.
Yeah.
I just thought of that. Like, I was like, what if they thought it was like too much of Crimson Dragon and the Legend of Dragoon game that was back on Sony?
See,
on
those
PlayStation 1.
weren't particularly great games though. That's the thing. Like if they'd not if
I
it had
liked
been
them.
Crimson Dragon,
Well, not Crimson Dragon, but the Legend of Dragoon. I liked that one because it was
Yeah.
Final Fantasy-esque.
I see.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
but I see why they pulled Scalebound.
I
But-
do. So, if anyone from Microsoft is listening, games, thank you for the Xbox One X. Now give me
Games.
some great games. Yes.
I don't think. Well, I think they'll deliver on that. Like,
I hope so.
In June.
And we'll
I have
have
faith.
we'll have a E3 predictions show where we'll predict what we're going to see at E3 and we'll see who wins. So,
gonna be me.
E3 cannot come soon enough.
we got 6 months.
Yes.
But yeah.
So,
5 months.
that being said, let's move on to our next segment of what we've actually been playing this week. Tyler, what have you been up to?
So, this week, well, maybe Mike does too, but I am actually the one who has a shit list of games that I have been playing.
Yep.
So, it started out with Mr. Pumpkin Adventure. Oh my god. Horrible game. Horrible game. Horrible game. I do not like point and click games. They're boring. So, I mean, yes, Easy 1000. Then the one that I did enjoy, I had one glitched achievement, but I ended up getting it to work, was Inside.
Yep.
It was one of the secrets. I went through, I got it. The achievement didn't pop. I was just like, okay, maybe it's just being, slow. So went through the entire game, realized I couldn't get the last achievement without that one other achievement popping. I was just like, God damn it. So I finished the game, went back to the glitched achievement, did that, it finally popped, got the last achievement, boom, done. So
Yep.
those were the 2 games that I completed. Then I started Baseball Riot. Basically like Tennis in the Face, if you have ever played that one. So
Wait, real quick, back to Inside.
yes.
You liked it?
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah, I liked it.
I thought it was. We'll talk about this real quick. So this was made by the same people that did Limbo.
Mm-hmm.
I thought this game had very poor level design, very poor puzzle design,
Well,
and the story was nowhere near as interesting as Limbo.
yeah, Limbo was. I liked Limbo as well, but I thought Inside was just like. I thought it was pretty. I don't know. I just liked it.
Did it?
is all.
Did
Like,
it get? Let's ask what I think is the key question here for games
Okay.
made like this. Did it feel pretentious at any point? Did they feel like they
Yes,
were preaching
100%.
to you about some unknown
Yes.
point that you were supposed to get?
Okay.
Yes.
Then yes.
100%.
Yes.
Yes. The ending of that game is so pretentious.
Yeah, that is true.
And it was not good. Whereas Limbo, and I guess we can spoil Limbo. It's been out for
It's
years.
been out here for years, so.
Limbo made me literally say, "Oh shit."
Yeah.
At the end, when you just break through,
Yeah.
and
Yep.
then you're back at the beginning. Like I was like, oh my god! Like it made you think.
Yeah.
When I saw the ending of Inside, I was like, oh, this is
I mean,
so dumb. You're just commenting on
it
society as a whole. Oh.
Well, it kind of did that in Inside. It kind of did the same thing where you were back
Nope.
at the beginning.
With a whole other garbage blob.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, that's the
Did
one
not
thing.
like
A
it.
different character, but but you were
Yeah.
back at the beginning of the game. It was just like, oh, hey, I'm a different character now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
I'm surprised you said you liked it because
But-
the puzzles in that were just.
I mean,
No.
Isn't that game horrifically short as well? Inside.
it is.
Yeah, it's
Inside
it took
takes you
3 hours.
No.
Oh no, Inside. Yeah, it was like an hour and a half.
Yeah.
An hour and a
You could
half.
complete-
Yeah, you can probably
Yes.
cut it to an hour
Jesus.
if you're good.
See, that's not a game. That's a demo.
Right.
Yeah. So, but like, it's just like, I think they meant for you to be like, okay, hey, I finished this one puzzle. I'm gonna take a break here, and then you come back, and it's just like, oh, hey, I'm gonna go do this. one.
Right. I'm not a filthy casual.
Yeah.
I play my games in more
Yeah.
than 30-minute segments.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
so after
Sorry.
Inside,
Continue on to baseball poop hole.
yep, Baseball Riot. If you've played Tennis in the Face, actually, I think Baseball Riot came out first.
I
I think it did. I don't
can't
remember,
remember.
but if you've played Tennis in the Face, it's like that. You're basically taking a baseball, aiming it somewhere. You're trying to hit people in the face, or knock them out, go through the levels. It's pretty easy. It's actually a lot easier than Tennis in the Face.
That sounds like an
Because-
episode of Futurama.
Baseball Riot, Tennis in the Face. Because in Baseball Riot, there's only 2 achievements per section, and I think there's a total of I want to say 10 sections. 3,
Yeah.
6, yeah, something like that. So it's not horrible. And Tennis in the Face had one bitchy achievement of hitting they had like a credits episode or section that you could do that had all of the developers as characters in it, and you
Yeah.
had to hit all of them. It was a pain in the butt. So, and then I also did Virginia. Well, I didn't finish it.
Do you take all the drugs?
Yes. So I started Virginia. Then I also started Snake Pass. Just randomly. I liked the way it looked before it came out. I was just like, oh, that looks fun. So
I met the developers of Snake Pass.
yes,
at
we did. I
PAX.
forgot about that.
Yep.
That
That was back when the game wasn't out.
Yes.
But that big push. This was before the Switch came.
Yep.
Or right around when the Switch came out. The game wasn't on the Switch yet.
But-
Their whole thing was, oh, it's coming to the Switch, and
and
it was a cool booth, and it was good
Yeah.
fun.
but we didn't buy it for the Switch because it was on Xbox. So
No, there were achievements.
so then the one that I did enjoy, that was the end of the shit list. So actually,
Yeah.
and before I go on that, I am just an update as to my goal. I'm at 35,000 gamer score away from Ben. So because of those couple of games that I did.
It's alright, Tyler.
So-
We're only halfway into month 1 of 2.
So
To
but
be fair, he did put up like $4 grand.
No, I've
Yeah.
seen it, but I also put up
Yeah.
at 1.5 myself.
yes, you did. So
I put up 6.
yeah, shut up.
Yeah, but
So,
I'm still playing the
um,
other games.
Yeah.
So the other games that I've actually enjoyed playing, well, I say enjoyed playing. I don't know. I had some issues with it. Was Little Nightmares. I went and bought the DLC for.
Yep.
I don't know what they did. I really do not know what they did. But the DLC is so clunky when you are moving. And it takes away from the main game. The main game, it was just like, hey, you're this little person, and then, oh my god, this is happening. And then in this one, it's just like, hey, you're another random kid, but, you know, the controls are going to be shit. You know, you're going to go, hey, you're going to jump from this, grab onto this, and swing. Nope, you're going to jump from this, fall, land in the water where there's a fucking creepy-ass lady, and then you're going to die. It was just a pain in the butt. But, I mean, I did like the DLC because it actually connected with the story, the main story of Little Nightmares. Like, it was, like at one point you were running, what was it at? No, sorry, you found like this monitor thing that you could hit a button and it would change a view to a different room. And you hit it, and then there was actually a video, or, you know, you saw the main character 6 from the main story running across the screen at a part that you actually had to do in the game. And I'm just like, oh, that's so cool. So
Breaking that wall there, aren't they?
yeah, and then there was like another part where it's just like, hey, this happens to your character that you're playing in the DLC, and then the next little clip that happens, it's just like you see 6 sitting there, and you're the person that gets taken away like a second later before 6 breaks out of the cage. It was actually really cool, but the controls sucked, and that took away from it.
Take you out of it.
So.
Yep.
That and the stupid little gnome things, but that's part of the controls. So, and then the other one that I played was StarCraft 2. I've been playing that one for, well, basically since we got.
You remember that
Since we
game,
got-
Mike?
Yeah.
I remember
I
StarCraft 2.
remember. Yeah. So I've been playing that, and I've been enjoying it. It looks nice on my PC, so I'm happy with it.
Hey Ben.
Yeah.
Remember when Kerrigan was alive?
Oh, I remember. I remember when there was that
Oh,
big robot,
shut up.
too.
God, you guys are gross. Anyway, but that's all I've been really playing. I'm still shooting to pass Ben. Ben, I'm still coming for you.
I
I'm
see.
still gonna pass you.
Right, well,
So
good luck
but-
to you, sir. I'll see you in a year and a half.
nah. But yeah, that's all I've been playing. What about you, Benny?
This week's been quite a quiet one, though. Just because Tyler's thrown that gauntlet down there, I thought, right, I've got some crap on the list. I'll get through a bit of it. Mistake, just so that you're warned.
Okay.
So we'll start with the first on a list of 3 games. I did not play these in any particular order this week, but the one that I'm going to talk about has a little story attached. So
Okay.
top of the list, the Turing Test. Mike
Yeah.
has already played this game, I believe.
Yep.
I have not.
Done.
It's very Portal-esque. Now,
Okay.
Yep.
it's not that difficult. It really isn't. I figured out most of those
Yep.
puzzles quite quickly.
Yep.
However, for some unknown goddamn reason, any achievements up till Act 3, even though I got to Act 4 before I realised that they weren't working, weren't unlocking.
Okay.
Awesome.
So I went through Act 1 to 3 3 times before I actually started getting achievements.
Wow.
That's rough.
Yeah. So what should have
Okay.
been, what, 2 hours, hour and a half completion?
Roughly,
Yeah.
yeah. I would say if you're really bad at puzzles, 2 hours.
Macca's guide is
Okay.
like 1 hour 14 minutes, but he's done it with a load of skipping through, and
Yeah.
he's done it as a speed run. I played through natural
Yes.
on that game. I didn't
Okay.
get any help on
Oh.
like any of the puzzles. So I did that. And yeah, it took a lot longer because of this achievement glitching thing. I don't know how you can make a game that simple with an achievement that is that simple and it not fucking work.
Not
I mean,
yeah.
so yeah, anyone who knows, who listens to the show, you know that this routinely happens to me, and I've managed to break another game.
Yay.
Woo! So yeah, I have the 1,000 on that now, so that's another one that Tyler has to get. Another
Okay.
1,000.
Yep.
Oh, well.
In a year and a half.
Nah.
I went back onto Rainbow Six Siege because I got really excited by that new announcement last week.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I thought, oh, I'll play this. And do you want to know what happened in my second multiplayer game? Not multiplayer,
What?
like my terrorist hunt. My second terrorist hunt, I had a teammate decide that he was going to set up the turret, the Tachanka turret, and shoot me in the back while I'm stood there trying to defend a wall. So, being not someone who just stands there and gets shot by his teammates without giving up at least a bit of a resistance, I turned round, threw 2 impact grenades at his feet, and shot him to death. He was on the floor. I thought I could leave him and let the teammates pick him up. I thought no, because if the teammates pick him up, the very first thing he's going to do is continue to shoot me. So I ended him. I ended him hard. He then
Good.
sent me a load of messages on Xbox Live. I think he
Can you
was just
post a picture of those? I want to read them.
I think they were actually trying to apologise, but I don't see how you rain fire with a turret into your teammate's back for like 10 seconds without knowing what you're doing. So no, I wasn't going to take that. But yeah, so I carried on, and I finished that game, and I thought, right, what's going to happen here is I'm going to start this next round, and because he's been dead for a round, he's going to come immediately back and shoot me.
Yeah.
So I left that game, and I thought, right, let's search again. Now, unbeknownst to me, I left my settings on for when I was doing one of the last achievements I needed to finish Rainbow Six Siege.
Yeah.
So all my game modes were set to a certain set of search options, and I promptly got put straight back into the same game, but where the round had already begun. So I popped into this game and immediately got shot in the back by the guy who I just downed.
Nice. Very nice.
So yeah, that was good fun. So yeah, Siege, it's great fun. The community can be a bit dickish sometimes, but it'll be really good fun when that new game mode comes in. I'm really looking forward to that. Now, third game of the week, I played a bit more of The Sims because Sims.
Yeah.
I want to watch Sims cry about not having had enough sleep.
I think I'm gonna pick that one up.
So yeah, I bopped around on that a bit, had some fun. Again, lots of crying Sims.
Nice.
Did a little bit of streaming on that, in fact, and we'll get to that a little bit later.
Oh, we'll tease that.
Yeah.
Yes. Tease it.
Yes. So yeah, Mike, what have you been playing?
So actually, I'll tease the stream even more. As I was trying out some streaming, had one of our, he was one of our original listeners, Michael Used on Instagram and Xbox. That's his tag.
Yep.
He very kindly and astutely pointed out to me how much money I've spent on ACA Neo Geo games.
Oh boy.
As I wasn't even streaming ACA.
Is
Neo
that is
Geo
that
games.
what
I
this
think
number
somehow-
is? Is that what this number is?
Yeah, that's what
Oh
that number is.
Jesus!
So I was streaming the new Need for Speed DLC, the Payback DLC.
Yes.
And somehow I was talking about ACA Neo Geo games. I've spent $224 on ACA Neo Geo games,
Oh,
as Michael used kindly pointed out. Thank you, sir.
bravo, Michael used. Well done, sir.
That's,
It needed pointing out.
That's horrible.
Yep, it was bad.
That's rough.
I ended up pausing the stream for a good minute and just lowered my head.
You're just like
It hurt. Yeah. So, but after I got better, I continued and completed the Need for Speed Payback DLC, and I think I'm gonna make a YouTube video about this because, man, that DLC was real fun.
Yeah.
It was also very padded and expensive for what it was. So, what I mean by that is every event in there, you had to play twice in order to complete it.
Of course
to
you
get 100
did.
gamer
Of
score.
course.
Yep. And then, on top of this is where I get probably the most frustrated. I don't mind playing it because it was fun. It really was genuinely fun. So, alright, fine, I have to play them twice. No big deal. I'll have fun doing it.
Yeah.
The thing that irked me the most, I bought the $80 edition of this game, right? So you would assume, oh, you get DLC with it.
Nope.
Not the case. $7.99. Right?
So, you're telling me that they've released a deluxe edition where you don't get the DLC?
Uh-huh.
The fuck do you get in the
Nice.
the deluxe edition?
Nothing.
Yes,
Uh,
exactly. It was not worth it looking back on it. That sucked.
that's almost
Uh,
almost misrepresentation. That's almost false advertising.
Yeah,
Almost.
it is. That sucked. It was $7.99, added 250 gamer score.
Ooh.
If it was 500 gamer score, I think I wouldn't have bitched as much
Yeah.
about that $7.99. But
That's ooh.
That stings.
Yeah.
That stings. You've been mugged.
Wow.
it did. Yeah.
They've literally just stolen like $10 out of your pocket while you weren't looking.
Yeah.
Right. But, to be fair, man, that was some good fun. It was just super short, super expensive, and they could have done more.
Yeah.
Also, during the stream, I discovered something about, I was 25 hours into the game. There was a loot crate system in it the entire time.
Really?
Yeah. I had no idea.
Mike,
Genuinely
Mike
no idea.
never opened the menu. He just.
He's
I
like,
just
nope.
went from race to race. Yeah, there's a thing called shipments in there.
Yeah.
Where there's, like the basic ones, and then there's premium ones. And you can buy with real money, 1 of each, or 5 of each, or 10 of each, whatever. So I was just looking through the menu, trying to fix the audio so the stream, and I saw shipments. I was like, what's that button do? Clicked on it, and I had over 40 crates just waiting. Or
Oh
30
my god.
crates.
Was there anything good?
Wow.
Yeah, it gave me a lot of money and a lot of the parts that I was needlessly grinding by replaying races.
Bravo. I mean,
So,
you
yeah.
need to look through these things, dude. That's
Apparently.
yeah.
So I did that. I really do, and that was probably the game I liked the most. And I'm trying to 1,000 this game, so I'm glad I noticed those. That's why I put the most time into it this week. That was real fun. Really enjoying the game. Then I finished off Star Wars. I don't know if I finished it last week, and the DLC. I can't remember if I said that last week.
I don't think so.
Maybe I was playing it. The story I liked more than The Last Jedi. As a movie. Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
Big shouts.
I thought it... I didn't like The Last Jedi, to be fair.
I haven't
Whoa,
seen it
no,
yet.
no spoilers.
Yeah, no spoilers.
No, I know. No spoilers for it. I did not like the last Star Wars movie. So,
Huh.
yeah. At me on Twitter if you want to fight about it.
I'm gonna fight you about it.
What do you mean at you on Twitter? The Twitter comes to me.
Or Ben. Well, you said you didn't want spoilers.
No, but like what you've just done there is you've just got a load of people to come and fight me.
Oh, I guess that's fair. Yeah, don't do that.
No. I'm loving this. Fight the Twitter. Let's see what people get. I'll see you how many spoilers I can dodge. I can tuck and roll.
Yeah.
Tuck and roll.
So I did that. Played some of the multiplayer. It's okay. It's good. I really like the story. So those are my 2 fun games for the week. There's one semi-fun one, but I haven't played it enough yet. Then I played a game called Rememberoid.
Rememberoid?
Remembered.
You remembered?
I remembered. Yeah, I remembered.
Remember.
Game real dumb.
Okay.
It's a semi-walking sim with jumping, and the whole idea is what you're looking at can change if you rotate like 360 degrees. It'll change. So it's different for everyone who plays the game, but all the achievements are related to completing the game. So it's a very easy 1,000.
Okay.
And if you know what to do on each of the puzzles, so I would recommend watching Macca's guide. It's about 20-something minutes. Just watch it so you know what to do on each puzzle, and then just try to get the patterns that he says in the video.
Okay.
And it's not that bad. Then another one that came out this week, and you should put a big asterisk mark on this episode, or this game itself, if you plan on playing it. It's called Albert and Otto. The game released for $11.99. There is an achievement inside of it which requires you to beat the game without dying more than 5 times.
Ew.
Right? Sounds awful. Sounds totally not fun. And that would be hard. Well, luckily the achievement is glitched in a good way.
Oh, right.
That if you die, you can die 10 times, 1,000 times, doesn't matter. The achievement will still pop if you beat the game. So, if any of you are going to play Albert and Otto, I would download it and just play the game and worry about collectibles and shit later. Just go through it, die, doesn't matter. Get that 150G achievement, right?
Yep.
Then go back and polish it off.
Okay.
Because they will fix that. So, get there, get it done.
Don't be me with Nutjitsu all over again.
Exactly.
Nutjitsu.
Yes. Then the last game I picked up, Super Lucky's Tale. Now, this was a game that was kind of announced with the Xbox One X.
Kinda.
And it's a 3D collectathon, think like Banjo-Kazooie-esque type of thing. You're collecting coins and little collectibles. It's not too bad. I probably played about an hour. So it's not bad. It's $30. So
Yeah.
yeah. But let's move on to the news.
News.
Who wants to hit it first?
I do.
Go ahead.
So, there is a new Assassin's Creed Origins DLC coming out.
Yep.
I forgot what it was. It says
The Hidden Ones.
The Hidden Ones.
Yeah, the Hidden Ones. That was the name of it. Thank you. So it's coming out. It's Bayek and his band of assassins will clash with Romans. Bum bum bum.
Okay.
Not bad.
So, I
Yep.
did also have another thing that was related to Assassin's Creed Origins. Assassin's Creed Rogue is getting
Yes.
remastered.
Remastered.
So I think that one's going to be a separate achievement list. I wouldn't see why it wouldn't be.
Yeah, I would assume so.
So, if you have already completed it on 360, then you can redo it on Xbox One.
Yep.
So, and then one other news article that I happened to find while I was searching around was it was an update on Final Fantasy VII as to, if and when it's going to get a release date. So it's probably not going to be until 2019.
Yeah.
But apparently, in about a week or so, there's going to be a Final Fantasy 30th anniversary exhibition in Tokyo, Japan.
So we should see something out of
So they said there's going to be an official press release during that. It's from like January 22nd. It's like an entire month thing.
Oh.
Like it's
it.
from.
So is this where Tyler just screams like a schoolgirl
Basically.
for the entire episode?
Basically,
until the news section?
like if they say something about Final Fantasy VII, I will be a very, very happy person.
I think okay.
Yeah, and then the other one that was along with that article was, since it was Square Enix, was Kingdom Hearts 3. It's looking like it's going to be a 2019 thing.
That sucks.
Yeah. That kind of sucks. Like, unless they pull something out of their hat and they're just like, nope, it's coming out right now. It's coming out this year. It's probably going to be a 2019 thing, unfortunately. Early 2019 thing, so maybe like January, February, but
Right.
yeah.
We'll have to
So
wait and
those were
see.
the- Yeah. It's one of those things,
Okay.
like maybe in June they're going to be like early 2019. But again,
All right, Benny.
Yeah.
I think we teased it earlier in
Tease
the
it.
show.
We teased the game itself, or talking about the game
Yep.
itself, but there's
Yes.
been an announcement that there's going to be free DLC for Monster Hunter World. That's
Yep.
huge for that game. That game is going to knock the socks
it
off
is.
things because
Yeah.
it's going to be so much fun. I've been looking at it. It looks like you've got all these different, monsters scale with the number of people trying to take them on. You've got the
Yep.
ability to call friends to come and help you, or call other people to come and help you mid monster hunt thing. You've got a million different things that you can do to make that game a lot of fun. So I'm very excited, but we won't dwell on that too much because, like 2 weeks and we'll be able to get cracking.
Yep.
2 weeks and we'll be talking about that game.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
not
yeah.
This Friday, the January 26th, we will be talking about that game. I promise.
Yep.
yes. Yes, we will.
Yeah. How about you, Mike? You've got,
So I got a couple things. Sad news first, right? Always go with sad news.
Yeah.
first.
Always.
343 said that Halo 6 probably will not be a 2018 game. Yep.
Yeah.
They said it'll probably be 2019. And I can go on about Halo. We'll do that another time.
Yeah.
That'll
Early
be a show
2019
in
or
itself.
late?
Late
Okay.
2019.
oof,
Yeah.
it's a long
That
wait.
sucks. Oh,
It is,
I've got
but
Yeah. I got a show planned just about Halo.
Let's go. We'll be here all night.
Expect that one. And then another one that I think is absolutely incredible.
Uh-huh.
The Duke controller. If you original Xbox fans out there remember that. The original control excuse me, the original controller
The packet of
for the
crisps.
Xbox. Yeah.
The huge one.
The huge massive one. Yes.
okay.
The guy who designed the original Xbox, Seamus Blackley, I have talked to him a couple times on Twitter, actually.
Oh, nice.
Shout out to him.
Oh.
He designed it and everything. He is redesigning it and re-releasing it for the Xbox One.
No.
Hero.
Yep.
Oh.
Yep.
Oh my god.
It is now. This is done. It is partnered through Microsoft, licensed through Microsoft, so it can work with the Xbox One.
Yeah.
But he's doing this with a different company called Hyperkin, I believe.
Hyperkin.
Yeah. So these things are probably going to be limited,
Oh my god.
right? It is $70
I don't
for
care.
the controller.
I'm getting one.
I will be purchasing 2 of them, one to use and one to not ever open.
Lovely. Okay.
Yes.
Ooh, I might have to. Ooh.
So I'm very excited for that one.
Ooh.
And then I think I'm going to save this one for next week.
Aw.
the recent achievements.
Yes, yeah.
There was a new Xbox update. The reason being is I think we're going to hear something about it this week, and I don't want to waste time talking about it. And I
okay.
think there's going to be some more news about it.
Some teasing.
But there is
another
there's an
tease.
update out there. Yeah. There's an update out there that shows you your next achievement, the next achievement that you're closest to unlocking, which is
Ooh.
confirmed. They did talk about it, but there should be some more stuff coming this week.
All right.
So I don't want to.
Yeah, we don't want to talk
I don't
about
want
it
to feed
twice.
into the leaks.
Yeah.
Exactly. Because I think it's very, very important, and we'll spend a show talking about it.
Okay.
Okay.
So yeah, let's move on to deals and sales, which is fairly thin on the ground, I think, this week, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's
still
fairly-
really
Yet
bad.
again, they're trying to push Blood Bowl 2 on us. No one wants
Yeah.
Blood Bowl 2, guys.
No.
Give up. We all learned our lesson from Blood Bowl 1.
Yeah. No. It's
Yep.
it's really light. Thought I saw something
There's
that.
2 on there.
Oh, there's 2. What?
For easy gamer scores.
Oh,
That's
okay.
all I look at.
Oh yeah. Is one of them energy?
Dragon Age Inquisition
Yeah.
Deluxe Edition's on
See,
there.
Okay, see, I saw
Is it
that.
really?
I saw that one, and I was like,
Oh,
"Oh, hey,
God.
Mike, this one's on there. You can buy the DLC for cheap, but it doesn't include the DLC. It just has some add.
Oh.
It just has some add-ons."
Oh,
All right.
sad times.
Yeah, the 2 easy ones are Energy Cycle.
Fucking Energy
Wait,
Cycle.
That one's
UK
easy.
listeners,
You cannot get
not
that game.
available in the UK.
Why?
No, really?
Yeah,
Yep.
Why?
don't know.
What?
It's not.
Yep.
It's not on there. You can't even find it.
That's so stupid.
Yeah.
That's 1,000G
Yep.
that I have over Benny. Ha ha!
19 minutes for the completion.
Oh
I'm-
yeah.
I'm gonna have to
It's
send them a
stupid
message.
easy. It's
Release
so
this in
easy.
the
You
release
literally
this
look
in
at
Europe
pictures
and
you're
watch
like,
your
"Boop, boop, boop."
sales go mental.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Then the other one is Save the Ninja Clan.
Yep, I saw that
Asterisk next to this one, odd achievements.
Ugh.
So if you don't like odd achievements, stay away or at least do it in one sitting.
Yeah. I don't like odd achievements, and I started Virginia, and that was a mistake.
Yes, but that game takes an hour and a half.
So I just have to sit down for the remaining hour, and then I'll be good.
Yes.
So
So, anything else? I don't think there was.
no,
Nah,
there
it was
wasn't a whole lot.
dry
It was
week.
pretty light.
Okay.
I mean,
All
we're,
right,
we're
so-
still off the new year, so
Yeah, but thanks for listening this week, guys.
Woo.
Thanks for listening to the rambling. We actually had a pretty long show after I complained last week
Yeah.
about not having a long show.
yeah,
Turn around and do a nice long one.
yeah.
But we do have some things. We, as some of you have may noticed, and what we teased earlier, is streaming.
Woo.
We have taken the dive.
Take.
We are trying to figure out which one.
Yes.
We're tinkering around with each one, each platform, Twitch, YouTube, or Mixer. So if you have input, please tweet at us. Benny, what's the Twitter?
At entirely_X
Perfect.
Thank
you
you.
didn't mess it up.
Nope.
this time.
Yeah, this time. So please let us know what platform, any input you have of which you'd like to see us on. Tell us, and we'll do it. We'll make content for it. I promise. Tyler, our Instagram.
It is entirely _X_gaming_podcast because no fucking spaces yet.
Every week it doesn't get less funny.
Every week, I'm
it's
gonna
so
say
good.
that.
Oh, and I got the nice easy one, facebook.com/entirelyxgaming.
Yeah.
Look at that. And please go to YouTube. We are starting to upload videos to it.
Yes.
To it. So please go there, like them, comment on them. Then as for our sign-offs, I got a cheeky little challenge for our listeners out there to see if you guys listen to the end of the show. So, if you do listen, every end of the show we usually have a sign-off phrase, right?
Yep.
I want to implement a little contest. And for right now, we'll do it bragging rights. We'll see how
Yeah.
it does. We'll give out shout-outs. Message us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, anything.
yada.
And I'll put together who messages us and give the first person props on next week's show. All you have to do is guess where the movie or show, where the phrase is from. And if you can get all 3 right, we will give you a shout out.
Yes.
So you have to be the first one to get all 3 sign-offs correct. Okay?
Yeah.
So, Tyler, go ahead.
All I have to say is forgive me, for I have sinned. I'm fat.
God. All right, I'll go. So you guys out there, just remember, it's guy love
Between two guys.
Oh, God.
Nailed it. Nailed it.
Oh, that's gonna be so out of time, but yeah, that's worth it.
Oh, yeah. That's okay.
That's gonna be fun to.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You're good.
Right, and
Funny.
I'll do the final sign off because no one fucks up the final sign off quite like me. So mine is, remember guys, any dog under 50 pounds is a cat, and cats are useless.